guys, I did it again. I bought another Arrma 3S car. I've already got the big rock and I've got the Vortex, and now I've got the Granite. This one I bought used. This is the Arrma Granite 4x4 Mega. It's a brushed model, and in today's video I'm going to be doing a brushless conversion. As you can see, we've got the brushed motor and the brushed ESC. To convert this one to brushless, we need a brushless motor and a brushless ESC. What I'm going to be using is this e-tronics 80 amp ESC. This is brushless compatible, 80 amp 2 to 3S. For the motor, I'm going to be using the e-tronics 3665 2900 kV, and to go with that I'm going to be installing a aftermarket centre differential. I'll put a link in the description as to where you can get these aftermarket centre diffs. You can buy the genuine one from Arrma, but the aftermarket ones are a little bit more cost effective, and I've not had any problems with them. I run those in my Big Rock and in my Vortex. To keep the motor cool, I've got a heatsink and a fan. So let's get into it. Let's get these parts fitted. So the first thing I'm going to do is remove the old motor and ESC. To remove the centre drive shaft, these are spring loaded, so you can pull it back to release one end and then the same at the other side and it comes out. To remove the motor and slipper clutch assembly, we first need to remove this red piece here. It's held in place by a screw on the underside of the chassis, located here. You undo that and then the red piece will come out, and then to remove the motor and the slipper clutch housing, you pull on these tabs and the whole thing slides forward. So let's do that now. Rocks in there and all sorts. So that's the red block removed. Then to remove the motor and the slipper clutch housing, there's two tabs on the top here. Lift those up and pull towards you. These can be a bit tough, especially if you've got a used car that's got dirt and grit in the chassis. Can be a good idea to use a prying tool such as a flat bladed screwdriver in the back here to help lever it out. There we go. A little bit tricky trying to do this on camera. As you can see, there's a bit of dirt and muck in there which can make these get a little bit tricky to remove. So we just need to get into the receiver box, which is here, and we can disconnect the ESC wire. Okay, and inside we can see the receiver. We're just going to disconnect the ESC wire. So now we can remove the brush motor and the brushed ESC. What I'm going to do is give this a quick clean out, remove any dirt and debris before we reassemble it. So like I said, we're fitting a centre diff assembly into this car, and the reason for doing that is the The original uses a slipper clutch and a plastic spur gear, which can be prone to stripping the gear, especially if you put more power in it. The centre differential, the spur gear itself on the centre differential uses 0.8 mod gears, which are larger teeth, so those will be stronger, and the centre differential itself allows you to have a little bit of slip between the front and the rear wheels. Adding a centre differential will add durability to the drivetrain, and you'll be less likely to damage gears. So here we can see inside the gearbox housing we've got the centre differential and a pinion gear which are fitted. I've added 500,000 CST oil into the differential. This is quite thick, that's going to allow us to do wheelies, and it's going to prevent a lot of power getting sent to the front tyres and ballooning those. Just gives you a better power delivery. I went ahead and I fitted a 17 tooth pinion. As I say, these are 0.8 mod pitch. When you're selecting your motor and your pinion gear, make sure to make note of the size of the motor shaft. This one uses a 5mm motor shaft, so you need a 5mm bore pinion gear. Now, because we're screwing into metal, we want to use thread lock on the screws. I use blue thread lock. Don't use red, it's too strong and you'll struggle to get the screw back out. Even with blue thread lock, screws can be hard to remove, and you can remove the screws by using heat with a mini blowtorch or with a soldering iron. I like to use a mini blowtorch where needed. A little tip that I've got, I found that the gearbox housing can collect dirt, and to help minimise that I like to use adhesive velcro here, leaving this section open because you need a clearance there for the gear, but this helps minimise allowing dirt to get in there in between the gap. When this is fitted, dirt can creep under, and this just helps minimise how much dirt gets in there. So this Granite wasn't equipped with a centre differential when it was made. The newer Granite models in the 2 to 3S range do come with a centre differential. Because this one doesn't have the centre differential, it doesn't have the recess here to allow you to fit the housing. We just need to modify the chassis slightly. There is already a recess here, but it doesn't come back far enough. So we need to grind out a little bit of the chassis just to clearance the housing to allow this to be installed. So I went ahead and I ground out this section here on the chassis just to allow the centre diff assembly to slide into place. Because I've chosen a 3665 sized motor, it's actually slightly longer than the original motor. What this means is that it won't actually allow me to slide it in without, hopefully you can see, I can't slide in the motor without the receiver box being in the way. So in this case I'm going to have to remove the receiver box to get the motor in. I would recommend, if you're doing this, to stay with a 3660 sized motor. That will not have any issues with the receiver box being in the way. But I'll get this removed and then I should be able to slide in the motor and gearbox housing. Okay, with the receiver box removed, I've now got the room to fit the motor and gearbox housing. It just locates into the grooves in the chassis, so you just push it forward and it will engage with the splines on the output pinion to the differential. There we can see it's all the way in. Then there's just this little piece here which screws onto the housing and hooks onto the rear bulkhead. Again, this is going into metal, so we want to use Loctite on our screws. I'll go ahead and fit the receiver box back into place. If you're using an electric screwdriver, it's a good idea to do the last bit of tightening by hand to avoid stripping the threads. As you can see, when the receiver box is fitted back in, there is some space between the 3665 motor and the box, but it just doesn't allow you to slide it in or out, so you have to take out the receiver box. Again, I'd recommend using a 3660 size motor. That's what comes on the brushless Arrma 3S cars. So next up, we're going to connect the ESC to the receiver. On the Spectrum receiver here, it goes into the throttle port. On other receivers, best way to remember is 1 to turn and 2 to burn. So port 1 is always for steering, and then port 2 is for the throttle. On this one it is labelled throttle, so I'll just connect that up. And then it's just a case of routing the wiring to go through the slot on the side of the receiver box. This can be a bit fiddly. To be honest, I usually remove this rubber seal that they have, but I'll give it a go. I don't usually run in water, or at least I don't submerge my cars in water. Okay, that was a bit fiddly, but I've got the wire routed through the slot with the rubber grommet still in place. I'm also fitting a heatsink and a fan onto the motor, so I need to connect that to the receiver as well. I'm going to connect this up to a spare port on the receiver. Okay, so I've got the wires fitted for the motor fan, and now I'm going to fit the cover on the receiver box. There's just 2 screws holding on the receiver box. To mount the ESC and the on and off switch, I've mounted these on Velcro, as you can see. This is just self-adhesive Velcro, or you can use double-sided tape. I've connected the motor wires. These can be connected in any order. If you're using a censored motor, then the motor wires will need to be connected in a specific order, normally A, B and C, so that they match with the ESC. The original red spacing block no longer fits because the the new housing is wider. There's a new piece which is smaller, which fits in here. So I've gone ahead and I've fitted that. On the underside, the centre diff gearbox housing does have mounting locations which correspond with these holes here. I would recommend countersinking these holes in the chassis so that the screws sit flush. So that's everything now installed. We're now converted to brushless. We've got the 80 amp brushless ESC, the 3665 brushless motor, 2900 kV with a 17 tooth pinion, and I added a motor fan and heatsink to help keep the motor cool. Let's take it out for a drive. Let's see how fast it is on the grass. Wheelies. I forgot how fun these were.